In this episode, we're going to check up on all of the different investments we're in. We're also going to bring you the news that Coinbase is now doing instant Bitcoin purchases with bank accounts. And finally, we're going to look at Bitcoin Gold and see how everything went last night. All that coming right up. The name of the game is compounding. You're either making it or you're paying. Lucky for you, you get to follow my trades. Let's make some money. What's going on, everybody? DJ Nate D here. And welcome to Passive Profits, a series where I share the progress of my passive income investments and review new and upcoming investment programs so together we can make some money. So as many of you guys know, I did a couple of different videos yesterday relating to Bitcoin Gold and how at a certain time of the night the actual fork was going to happen and everyone was going to be automatically credited Bitcoin Gold. And that actually happened a little bit earlier than expected. Even so, I think it was supposed to happen around 11 or 12, but the transactions started piling up and the blocks closed and the blocks filled even faster, and it actually wound up happening around 9:30. So let's have a look at all of the details from last night. But first, if you've been enjoying the content here on my channel, please leave a like. That helps my channel out and it lets me know you guys are enjoying the content. So here we are back at the Bitcoin Gold page. Now they've changed it to say the actual block was met, and as I said, that happened around 9:30 last night. Let's look at the chart here as far as the price of Bitcoin itself. And looking at around the time that it happened, as you see here, we had that long candle heading to the downside. That was right around the time that things were going down. I think this was the point around 9:30 Eastern time, somewhere around here. So it looks like the furthest we touched down was around 5,600. So since then, we've actually rebounded back up a little bit to 5,700 in the afternoon. And then as you see here, we actually headed to the downside big time. It almost looks like the black diamond when you go skiing. It was just a straight downhill down to the next support area, which is around 5,500. Hopefully we hang on in there. It's currently just after 6 o'clock New York time, Eastern time. Hopefully we don't go too much further than that. This was kind of expected because there was quite a bit of margin trading that was going on. A lot of people borrowed money just to try to ride the wave up and make a short profit right before the fork. So pretty much people are probably cashing that back in, selling off Bitcoin and going back to some of the altcoins. Again, this was for the most part expected. So let's see what happens from here. Hopefully we can hang on anywhere in this upper 5,000 range, and hopefully we should be fine after that. We still have a couple of things coming up, including that SegWit 2X, which the futures for that is trading at like $1,200, at least as of yesterday. I haven't checked today, but that's insane. That could be a sign of the pricing to come for that, but that's going to be exciting. But the important part is the fork already happened, and that means that whatever wallet you had your Bitcoins in, you now have the equivalent amount of Bitcoin Gold. Now we just have to wait and see what happens as far as what exchanges are going to allow them, and also more importantly, which wallet are we going to be able to claim them in. Now, my recommendation is only follow what's going on the BTC GPU page. Yet again, for the third time, somebody else has told me that they went to some scammy site. I think it was BT GPU without the C. And that's a site saying, claim your Bitcoin Gold here. Boom, you put your private keys, wham, there goes your Bitcoin. Very, very sad. People, are just following stuff. They're following links they find in the comments of YouTube, social media. I don't know how they're finding these things. Definitely not going to be Google, because Google doesn't just easily index spammy sites like that. They have to have a certain amount of backlinks and things like that. But nevertheless, people have gotten scammed, and that's sad. My recommendation to play it safe is the following. Now that the fork has been done, you no longer have to keep Bitcoins in the wallet that you used during the fork. In other words, whatever address you had those Bitcoins in, you don't have to keep them there. In fact, what I recommend is before you put your private keys in any place, move the Bitcoins out of the original wallet, move them out of there. So in case you're putting them into some scammy, some type of website, or it gets compromised or anything of that nature, you're not compromising your original Bitcoins. So even if you remove the Bitcoins now, the fork already happened, so you still already have Bitcoin Gold in the equivalent wallet on the Bitcoin Gold side. That's going to remain there. You haven't touched that. So by removing the regular Bitcoins out of that wallet, you just are playing it safe and making sure even if those private keys of yours do get leaked or stolen, or you get scammed into putting them into the wrong place, you won't have your original Bitcoins stolen. So for those of you that have a membership with Coinbase and you had to buy Bitcoin in the past, you'll know that when you buy it with your bank account, there was a 5, 6, 7 day wait to actually get access to the Bitcoin. And a week in the cryptocurrency space is a lot of time. And sometimes you'd buy it at one price and by the time you get it, the price is way down, and just a lot of disappointing things about such a lengthy hold period of time. But Coinbase has announced that they're enabling instant Bitcoin buying with US bank accounts, which is amazing because the only way you were able to do it before was with a credit card, but there was a lot of fees attached to it. So you were paying more money, and plus you were only able to buy a limited amount per day or every few days or something to that effect. So now that they're going to be doing that, that's going to, that's just going to be insane. That means that the average person can look at an investment program and get involved almost right away within a day or so to jump on and take advantage of things instead of a whole entire week going by, and perhaps by then they get distracted and they forget, and then before you know it, you lost a customer. So this is going to be awesome news. I'm very excited about that. Coinbase has done the right thing with this move right here. Moving over to Bitpetite. So it looks like they've officially installed Monero as one of the currencies. So that's awesome to see. Now the website seems to either still be down or they're working on it. So I didn't want to touch too much because there is a post on social media saying that they were going to do this and that they expected the entire website to be down for a certain amount of time. So if you can't log in or anything fishy is going on today, don't panic. This is a planned maintenance. This is for them adding the feature. Now I didn't log in or out. I just refreshed the page and I saw it here, but I don't see any of my balances. So I'm guessing I'm logged out, but I can at least see that the feature is being added here. I see Monero USD and Monero XMR, just like they promised. So that's awesome. They are expanding this company, and this company is just going to keep growing. That test that it passed this weekend was a real true test of the commitment that they have to keep things running. There was so much nervousness, so much FUD. Everybody was shaking in their boots. The comment section was flooded. People scam, oh, people just flipping out. And I was just like, oh boy. But I can't blame anybody. We have had certain sites just run off, unfortunately. So you can't get mad at people for being quick. But nevertheless, it did pass the test. It came back on the weekend and everybody got their withdrawals. Everything cleared up by the time the weekend was over. And now they've gone back to add the feature that they were trying to add. I think it was last Friday when things didn't go right. So kudos to Bitpetite. This platform is going to continue to rock. Chain Group, as usual, my investment here is kicking butt. Still between that $25 to $35 mark. Here, the goal was just to get around $900 a month. And with that, I'm going to be paying off the utility bills here at my house. And so far, we are right on the mark as far as those daily returns. It just needed to be between 25 to 30 bucks. And as you see, we've been exceeding that. I'm going to be doubling up my investment here as well very soon. So that's going to be awesome. I was just waiting for the fork to happen. And now that it did, now we can move forward and start doubling up everywhere on all of the different platforms. Our high risk program, Coinrium, has been doing well. I heard through the grapevine that they're intending to be at one of the upcoming conferences. I think it's in California. I remember the exact name of it. But if they do that, that would be gigantic, because the one thing that has me hesitant about this platform is that it's completely anonymous and it has a lot of resemblance to Control Finance, even though I wasn't in Control Finance myself, nor were any of our team members. Nevertheless, the fact that Control Finance ran off and this platform has some resemblance to it has me a little bit on the defensive side. But if they show up to a conference and now you can see faces and you know who's behind it, that's a game changer, because there's not a lot of platforms that are willing to come out of the anonymous side and actually show face. So that's going to be a plus. So far, everything's been going smooth here as far as payments are concerned. Our investment was around 2,000 in Dash, but because Dash has taken a hit, my investment has dropped a little bit. And this is just a reflection of the current dollar value of your investment. So it doesn't necessarily mean your money has been dwindling. It just means that the amount of Dash that you, or Bitcoin that you deposited, is worth a little less now than it was on that day. This is just an indicator. And last but not least, I think I forgot to mention this a few days back, but I actually put in for a withdrawal with Atlantic Global / Questra World probably around 2 weeks ago, and then it took them about 5 or 6 days, just as they said, and the withdrawal came through perfectly fine. As you see here, 1,500 euros, which is around 1,700 bucks or so in US dollars. That came through perfectly fine. So everything is going well at Atlantic Global. I totally missed the weekend so I could do some package rebuying or withdrawing again, unfortunately, but I'm gonna see if I can remember to do it this week, and I'll put it in my calendar because it's only after Friday night and you got to do it on Saturday or Sunday, and that's the only time that you can do anything with Questra World, or you'll miss an entire week. So everything's going as planned here at Questra World. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so now and click on that little bell icon. That gives you the instant notifications when I do post stuff. It's a lot of the things I post, you'll need to know information right away. It might be about downtime of a program, or it might actually be timing to get into a program or ICO, and you're gonna wanna know about that right away. If you've been enjoying the content on my channel, please leave a like. I appreciate that. That lets me know you guys are enjoying the content. Puts a smile on my face to keep coming back every single day to keep bringing you guys the good stuff. So this is DJ NAD signing out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.